Have you ever searched for a better job only to realize that every position, no matter the duties, experiences, or qualifications, some offer the same hourly pay? Because that is exactly where I am right now. Just out of curiosity, I have been looking at different jobs and trying to figure out what my next move should be. And girl, I am so frustrated. And I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm not. I can pull up a cashier position and let's just use that for an example. And it may pay around $17 an hour. And then I can go to a totally different category, something like medical billing and coding. That position may require experience, specialized knowledge, certificates, familiarity with medical terminology and insurance claims, billing systems, patient information, and all these different things. But then I look at the pay and it may say somewhere around $17 to $20 an hour. And I'm sitting there thinking, well, what is the real difference? Yes, it is a different job. And yes, it has different title. And yes, the responsibilities are different, but financially, how much is my life really going to change? And that's what's been bothering me. It feels like I have choices when I look at all these different job titles, but once I started looking at the hourly pay, it feels like I don't really have as many choices as I thought I did. It's almost like the duties change, the uniform changes, the company changes, the schedule may change, the stress changes, but the money stays somewhere around the same. And that is so frustrating. Different responsibilities, similar money. Let's really think about that. You may find a cashier position paying around $17 an hour. That job can involve standing for hours, handling money, dealing with customers, keeping the area clean, working weekends, and sometimes managing difficult situations. And then you find an administration position paying around $17 to $18 an hour. And that position may require computer skills, answering phones, scheduling appointments, managing paperwork, sending emails, and staying organized. And then you may look at a healthcare support position. Now you may be responsible for patient information, medical records, insurance details, safety procedures, privacy requirements, and other important responsibilities. But the pay may still be around $17, $18, or $20 an hour. Then you look at a job requiring a certificate or specialized training, and the starting pay is sitting in that same neighborhood. Now, I'm not saying that one job is more valuable than the other because every honest job deserves respect. And every person who gets up, goes to work, deal with the public, supports a team, or take care of other people deserves to be paid fairly. The issue is when I'm in a position requiring more training, more responsibilities, more emotional labor, more liability, or more experience, you expect the compensation to reflect that. But sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you look at the job description and it has a whole page of requirements. They want you to have the experience. They want you to have the certifications. They want you to know 3 or 4 different computer systems. They want you to multitask. They want you to communicate well, and they want you to be flexible. They want you to work weekends. They want you to take on additional duties when needed. And after you read everything they want from you, you get the salary and it says $17 an hour. Girl, what are we doing? Because at some point, we have to talk honestly about the disconnect between companies and what they're requesting and what they are willing to pay. My certificates and experience still matters. I also want to speak to the woman who doesn't have a degree because I don't have a degree either, but I do have certificates and I have licenses. I have work experience and I have knowledge that I have gained from being trained and from actually doing the work. I have life experience. I know how to communicate with people. I know how to learn. I know how to adapt. I know how to show up and handle responsibilities. Those things have value. A 4-year degree is not the only way a person can become knowledgeable, skilled, dependable, or qualified. But sometimes when you're looking through these jobs listings, it can feel as none of that, what you have, it doesn't even matter. You may have spent money earning a certificate. You may have spent months completing training. You may have the years of experience. You may have remained loyal to employers. You may have even taken on responsibilities that was not even in your original job descriptions. Yet when you try to take all of that experience somewhere else, the offer may still place you right back with the same pay range. And that can make you question yourself. You start wondering, was the training worth it? Did my experience count for anything? Am I asking for too much, or do I need to go back to school? What else am I supposed to do? But I want to say this to myself, and I want you to say it too. A job listing does not determine the full value of your skills. The fact that a company has placed a certain hourly rate beside a position, it does not mean that it's all you're worth. It means that this is what that particular company has decided to offer for that particular position. Those are two different things. A different job may not create a different life. Here is the realization I've been having. I don't necessarily want another job just so that I can say I have a different job. I need my next decision to improve something in my life. If I'm going to leave one position and go somewhere else, what is getting better? Is the pay better? Are the benefits better? Is the schedule better? Is there less stress? Is the commute shorter? Is there an opportunity to move up? Will I have more energy left for myself, my family, and things I'm building? Because a higher hourly rate is not the only form of improvement. A job that pays the same but gives you a healthier schedule, better insurance, or shorter commute, or less stress could still be a strategic move. But we have to look at the entire picture. If the pay is the same, the stress is the same, or worse, the commute is longer, the schedule is more demanding, and there is no room for growth, then I would have to ask myself whether I'm actually moving forward or simply moving around. Sometimes changing jobs can look like progress from the outside, while financially keeping us in the same exact position. It can become a different building, a different badge, and a different manager, but the same struggle, the same bills, the same financial pressure. That is what makes this so frustrating. We're not necessarily searching because we're lazy or ungrateful or unwilling to work. Some of us are searching because we are trying to create breathing room. We want to pay our bills without anxiety. We want to save money. We want to be able to handle an emergency. We want to enjoy our lives. We want to build something for ourselves. And we want to stop feeling as if we are working constantly, but never getting ahead. This may require a different strategy. I'm starting to realize that if every job in my current search is offering around the same amount, I may have to change more than the company name in the search bar. I may have to change my strategy. Maybe I need to search for a position where my current experience transfers into a better paying industry. Maybe I need to look for the jobs with clear opportunity advancements. And maybe I need to negotiate instead of automatically accepting the first number offered. Maybe I need to compare the full compensation package and not only the hourly rate. Maybe I need to identify one specific skill that can increase my earning power without sending me back to school for years. And maybe this is a big part of my personal journey. I need to continue building income that isn't completely attached to hourly wage. Now, that doesn't mean I need to quit my job tomorrow. It doesn't mean making impulsive decisions because I'm frustrated. And it doesn't mean entrepreneurship is easy. Building something for yourself comes with its own challenges, its uncertainty and responsibilities. But I'm beginning to understand why creating additional income matters so much to me. When your entire income is based on someone else deciding what 1 hour of your time is worth, there is a limit placed on what you can earn. You only have so many hours. You could work overtime, but that's only if it's available. And you can pick up another job. You can give away more evenings and weekends, but eventually you run out of energy. That is one reason why I'm working on Crown Energy. I'm building my YouTube channel. I'm creating products. I'm learning how to turn my ideas, experiences, and message into something that can eventually produce income. I do not have it all figured out yet. I'm still working out all the kinks. And I'm not sitting here telling you that I'm making enough money from it to walk away from my job because I'm still in the beginning stages and I'm still learning as I go. But I now understand that I cannot only search for another position. I also have to build another possibility. Don't let frustration make the decision for you. Now, I want to be clear. I'm frustrated, but I don't want my frustration to cause me to jump from one difficult situation to another. And I don't want that for you either, because accepting another job, we need to ask better questions after taxes, insurance, transportation, parking, uniforms, or any other expenses. How much additional money will you actually bring home? What would the schedule cost you? What would the commute cost you? Will the position teach us something that can lead us to the next level? Does the company promote from within? Is there a realistic pay increase after 6 months or a year? Are we gaining better benefits, more flexibility, or more peace? Because sometimes an extra dollar an hour looks good until you calculate the longer commute, the higher insurance costs, the additional stress, and sometimes a position with the same hourly rate may still be helpful if it gives you more time, better benefits, or experience that opens a better door later. The goal is not to make a move just because we're tired. The goal is to make an intentional move. Crown Energy is about becoming aware of what is no longer working and being honest enough to admit when we need another approach. And sometimes survival mode tells us, just find another job. Take whatever they offer. Be thankful you got something. Don't ask for any more. But alignment asks a different set of questions. What kind of life am I trying to build? What income do I actually need to support that life? Which opportunity moves me closer to it? And what can I begin building now so that I don't depend on one paycheck forever? That does not mean we stop appreciating our jobs. It means we stop pretending that gratitude and ambition cannot exist together. I can appreciate the income that I have right now and still admit that it is not enough for where I'm trying to go. I can be grateful and frustrated at the same time. I can respect honest work and still want to be compensated fairly. I can work my 9 to 5 and still build something beyond it. Those truths can exist together. So yes, I am currently looking at these job descriptions and wondering why so many completely different positions seem to pay around the same hourly rate. I'm so annoyed. I'm so disappointed. And I'm trying to determine what my next move should be. Maybe this frustration is showing me something that I needed to see. Maybe I don't need to keep searching for the same financial situation under a different job title. Maybe I need to become more intentional about the positions I consider, the skills I develop, and the pay that I'm willing to accept, and also the income streams I'm building for myself. I don't have the complete answer yet, but I'm asking the questions now. And sometimes awareness is where changes begin. Let me know down in the comments. Have you noticed that completely different jobs in your area are offering almost the exact same hourly pay? And what would a job need to offer you for you to consider it a true step forward? If you are another working woman trying to build a better life while still working your 9 to 5, subscribe and walk this journey with me. We may not have everything figured out yet, but we are becoming more aware, more intentional, and more aligned with the lives we actually want. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and always honor what feels true and aligned for you. Take care.
Yeah, that crown